So, Nintendo shadow dropped a Starfox Direct on us, and I know I'm late to this. I'm sorry I couldn't do it earlier. I was busy with work, I was away from home, I couldn't record anything. But you know what? I'm actually kind of glad that I was too busy to do something right away because it's preventing me from being incredibly reactionary, which a lot of people are being. And I actually got to sit on it for a while and think about a few things. So, here are my honest thoughts. So, first off, this is a remake of Star Fox 64, like straight up. Like, it's copying the level design and everything like that. And obviously, a lot of people have a problem with this, and I don't blame them. You know, this is not the first time they've remade Star Fox 64. And I should be angry too, and yet I'm not. And I'll tell you why. First off, Star Fox 64 is my favorite Star Fox game. I have played them all, including that never-released Star Fox 2. So I played every Star Fox game. And Star Fox 64 was not only my first Star Fox game, it was the first game I actually even owned for the Nintendo 64, but it's also my favorite. And guess what? It also sold the most. So I guess I can see why they would want to remake it. Now, of course, they tried this with Star Fox Zero. It was basically a remake, not identical. But unfortunately, it was on a console that nobody owned. It had a terrible gimmick. The controls were awful. It was just a bad game. And of course, it sold terribly. So they didn't touch the franchise for a while. But now they want to get people back into it. And we've seen this a lot with a lot of Nintendo franchises on the Switch, because the Switch, and even the Switch 2, has a really good install base. And since Star Fox was in the recent Mario Galaxy movie, it's like, why not? So they want to introduce this franchise to a lot of people. Now, obviously, this annoys the hardcore fans, because this is like, what, the third or fourth time we're playing Star Fox 64? But for a new generation, this is basically perfect. You know, and hopefully this will do well enough that they can make another actually new Star Fox game. And since I love Star Fox 64 so much, in fact, I went back and replayed it. I still have it on my original Nintendo 64. I was playing it. I was like, yeah, this is a great game. You know, even after all these years, it's still a great game. Amazing game for the time. And I don't think I gave it enough credit back in the day because I was just a dumb kid, you know, who didn't know much about great game design or anything. Now that I'm older, though, and I play it, and it's like I can really appreciate everything that it did. And it's like, yeah, you know what? I want to play a modern remake with the great graphics and the cutscenes and everything like that. Maybe the controls will be a bit better. We'll see. You know, I'm not angry about this, and it's only $50 too. Like, they're not charging 70, so that helps. And they have a few more quality of life things. They have a level select, and there's challenges and a difficulty option right from the start, which is great. You know, I can't be too mad at it. Do I wish this was a completely new Star Fox game? Of course I do. But I can see why they did this, and I'm not too mad. In fact, I'm not mad at all. I'm actually really hyped for this. Okay, so second of all, those character designs. Yeah, not exactly what I would have gone with. They decided to go with a realistic look, and when you do that for a cartoony franchise, there's going to be some Uncanny Valley whiplash, you know? I actually don't hate them at all. I don't love them either, but I don't hate them at all. I think they're okay. You know, it's like, I'll get used to it, I think. It reminded me a lot of Fantastic Mr. Fox. Great movie, by the way. Go ahead and watch that if you haven't. But yeah, that's what it reminded me of, Fantastic Mr. Fox, which is also, when I first saw that movie, there was some Uncanny Valley stuff. I was like, ugh. Because, you know, stop motion can be a little bit creepy looking sometimes, but it didn't really matter because the story is good, the character is great, you know, and I'm hoping that's what this game will do, because there's a lot more cutscenes and everything, and I like the characterization that we've seen so far, especially with Pigma. We got to see that prologue scene with James and Peppy and Pigma and everything, you know, going to Venom to try to confront Andross. That was really cool. We never got to see that, so that was cool. And I'm hoping that we get to see more things like that, and that will help the game stand out a little bit more and make me not care about the character designs. You know, honestly, I don't think, like, mind the character design so much if they, with a couple things. They took away those metal legs that they had. Like, Fox now has these little fox legs, and Falco's legs look really bad because he's a bird. So it's like, yeah, why'd they take away the metal legs? I don't know. It was just such a huge part of the original character design. I don't know, whatever. I'm sure they had their reasons. We got to see Starwolf. I don't think we saw it in the direct, but we saw it. I saw it on Twitter later on. I think Andrew looks really good. He had he's like the only one that had like a really good glow up, because now he looks way more smug and everything. Starwolf doesn't look great. Leon looks fine. Pigma, I like how he looks more disgusting, because he is like a bad guy. He's supposed to be kind of a disgusting slob or whatever. You know, he's supposed to look like a bad guy, so that's good. Like I said, I hope the voices are good. We only know Pigma's. Though I did hear the Japanese like version of their voices. They're pretty good, but we'll wait and see what the English one is. as far as how the rest of the game looks, like the R-Wing, the levels, they all look really good. You know, it's on the Switch too, so it looks really, really good. So I always wondered what a Star Fox game on, uh, consoles of today would look, and it looks really, really good. Now, as far as what else they do, oh wait, I should before I do that. I forgot to talk about this because I never play it, but the multiplayer. There's a lot more emphasis on multiplayer. That stuff actually looks new, like completely new. So I know the original had multiplayer, but it was very limited, and I never really played it anyway. But I do remember it being limited. And this seems to have a bit more going on because obviously online's a much bigger thing now, and you have those VTuber avatars. That's pretty funny. Again, something I can't use, but it's funny that they're doing this. So unfortunately, some of the new stuff is just stuff I will not be taking part in, but just the main game is enough. A lot of the places look cool. Solar looks really cool. A lot of the atmosphere and stuff on a lot of these planets that we saw looks really cool. Go back to the character design though. Kat doesn't look good. Kat was like the most dramatic character change, and she looks like she's on meth or something. I know everyone's made that joke already, but man, that's the only really huge downgrade I would say. Like the only other downgrade I would say is Falco's legs, but that's just his legs. I think he looks fine otherwise. I think Slippy looks fine. I think Peppy looks the best out of all of them. Fox looks okay. I know a lot of people are disappointed because we just got the Mario movie design, and yeah, like I said, I would have gone with a more cartoony look personally. But obviously they wanted to do something different, I guess. And as far as looking realistic, I think they could have looked worse. Could they have looked better? Maybe. But when I think of Star Fox and realism, I don't really want to put those two together, but they did. And I think they look, like I said, for the most part, it's just okay. I think they're fine. They'll probably grow on me. But I know a lot of people don't like it, and like I said, I completely understand. Because there is some Uncanny Valley stuff going here. And it's just not what we're used to. We're used to Star Fox being cartoony, and I get that. I kind of wish, hopefully people come around to it. And a lot of people are worried, like, are these the models we're going to get for the next Smash game or something? Like, I don't know, man. We'll have to wait and see. If they love switching up Star Fox's look, so many times, maybe for the next game they will go back to the cartoony stuff. Who knows? But anyway, I'm really excited for this game because it's Star Fox 64, a game that I absolutely love. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I hope it does well. I hope Star Fox can finally get a new game, in the style of this rail shooting stuff. They didn't in the direct. They didn't even acknowledge Star Fox Assault, which I found disrespectful. It's like you acknowledged Star Fox Adventures, even though Crystal isn't even in this game because it was before that game came out. So it's like, but you won't acknowledge Star Fox Assault or Command or I don't know. It just seemed really, really weird and kind of disrespectful, but whatever. I don't know why they're so ashamed of those games. Like, I don't know. Whatever. But anyway, I'm excited for this. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you next time.